Hello, this is Matthew Palin, and this is the data center tour. This is my office where all my computer work for both personal and for my computer home repair business take place. As you can see, this is the office area where all the repair work happens and where all of my main work happens. I've got 3 big printers. Each one is configured for a specific job. The middle one is for all-purpose main printing, and the small black and white one here is configured for envelope printing and other specialized tasks. This is an all-in-one printer, which is a networked all-in-one printer, which is configured so that when I scan documents, I have it configured to go to a scan the network folder, or I can configure it to scan to specified user folders, so that when a user logs onto the network, they can scan via this printer right to their network user profile. Alright, we're going to go take a step into my data center, and this is where everything happens. In here we have a Dell PowerEdge T110 server running on Windows Server 2008 R2 with a dual-core Intel Xeon processor with a 1 terabyte size hard drive on it. This server is my domain server and provides network sharing, printer sharing, all your basic network functions. Down here below, we have my media server. This is a regular desktop, but has been configured to run as a media server. This system provides all the music, video, and different display options for my closed circuit television system. This system here is configured with a special video card running through an S-Video configuration, which comes over to here, which is my video distribution system. Here we have the main cable system configuration where it comes into my house, and it is all configured right through here. All these different wires and cables here are through a switch where I can select the different sources that I want to broadcast over my closed circuit system. This box here is the modulation system, which converts the digital channel in my house so that I can display this computer system, media server, onto that channel. There's an amplifier in here, and then I can also play a DVD or VHS tape. By doing this and tuning to a specified channel in my house, I can play whatever I want over these TVs. Here at the top we have a 1 terabyte hard drive external, and then a 520 gig hard drive. These are backup drives. These are for my Dell PowerEdge server. The 1 terabyte drive handles all of the data and important documentation and database files for my local backup, and this one does the same. I split them up so that I can put the important stuff on one and then my personal use stuff on another. This also is configured for an off-site backup. In the event that something happens to one of these drives, I can back up from a remote location and not lose any of my important data. I utilize the Ooma Office voice over IP phone system. It is an entrepreneurial style phone system. Eventually I would like to go to a full-scale IP system, but for now this is a great starter for me. It gives me a lot of flexibility with a lot of features at a very reasonable price. All the phones in my house are a Cortel style business phone. Because they utilize enhanced features, I thought it was very viable to use this style phone throughout my entire house. I have it configured so that voicemail and additional functions and options can be retrieved right from the handset without having to go to the main system. And this is the phone panel here where all the phone wiring for the whole entire house come into play. This is my structured wiring system. Everything is labeled as to where it goes. Every lead comes straight from a wall socket right here to the head end panel. And this, keep in mind, is only my phone system for the house. There's a whole nother system just for my computer network, and that I will show you now. Back here behind my server enclosure, we have the rack enclosure with all the networking wires. Right now, certain ones are hooked up and certain ones are not. All here, as you can see, all this wiring here, this is all the network Cat5e lines that come through my entire house, and each lead is ran right to the back of this rack where they plug into this Cisco 24-port switch, which handles all of the speed. This is a 10, 100, 1000 multi-duplex switch, which gives me the speed and the performance to be able to handle multiple network traffic through this network. I have inbound and outbound and internal and external traffic flowing through this system. This is the RV320 business class Cisco wide area network virtual VPN network router. This is also configured with dynamic DNS for remote access. I use a dynamic DNS host, which is dynamicdns.org, to host my remote access, taking my public IP address, which has been assigned to me through this cable router, through my cable provider, and providing me with a dynamic network translation. It's configured in here so that basically in my router I created a forwarding rule that allows me to forward that incoming command to a specific IP device on my network, which is my server right here. So when I go to any remote desktop connection, I simply type in the URL and hit enter and type in my username and password to the server, and it takes me right into my server. This gives me the ability to access my system from anywhere in the world. Also, I have configured in here special forwarding rules for database files, for my financial software, management software, for email, for my video distribution system, and there's also special configuration in here for my phone system as well. Down here at the bottom, this is the back of my media server, all the way down here. Don't know if you can see it too well, but this is all the special wiring and cabling that is needed to make this system function. It uses an S-video system with a composite system. So basically it has a redundant backup. In the event that the S-video side of the system fails, it automatically will go over to the composite video system. If it doesn't go automatically, I have to manually click it and force it over, which is it's not a hard task to do. Down here, we have my APC Smart Ups management system. This is my emergency backup system for my data center. This provides transfer power in the event of a power outage. Currently, I'm working on getting a standby generator set up so that this system basically will not have to worry about keeping my servers online. It will just act as a transfer until the generator kicks in. Currently, that system there will provide this data center with up to 8 hours of standby power. Behind here, we have the back of my video distribution system for my closed circuit TV system. As you can see, it's an array of wires and different types of cable lines coming in. Basically, this is where all the brains of the operation for my closed circuit TV system happens. Down here, we have my security system. This computer here is configured for my surveillance system. I have a few cameras here at my home, which are for my surveillance for security purposes. And I also remotely manage a friend of mine who has his own auto body repair shop in Toughkenamon. I also monitor his surveillance system remotely from this data center, right through this security surveillance setup that I have inside this desktop tower. Here again, it's just a desktop, but it's been set up and configured to act as a video recording computer, and it stores data from my surveillance video cameras and from my friend's shop's his surveillance system. This is all backed up also in dual backup. There's an internal 1 terabyte drive inside this desktop, and then there's an external backup drive to back up the data on this. There is no offsite backup for the video feed and recording of this security system because his system has an on-site backup there. So we've handled the backup setup for that scenario in 2 different places that way. I don't need to have a backup offsite for my video security system. So this is a rundown of my computer network in a whole. Keep in mind that this system I completely designed myself and 100% configured, built. The room that you're looking in, that this system sits in, I designed and built. It is climate controlled through central air system to maintain temperatures between 68 degrees and 71 degrees, 365 days a year. As we all know, heat is a technology's worst enemy, and to help prevent computer hardware damage, I designed this room so that I can reduce the risk of computer damage and hardware damage due to heat. I thank you for taking the time to watch this video of my data center, and I hope you find it informative in creating anything that you may have. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at mattpalin@outlook.com or check me out on Facebook at my Facebook page at mattpalin@facebook.com. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope that you enjoyed all the information and find this as neat and as thrilling of an experience as I do. Thank you again, and have a great day.